Early morning, folks. This is good old Grandmaster Revan here, and I wanted to talk to you guys about. I came across. I was going through my YouTube studio. And I was reading comments, and I did a video about on February 20th in 2018. So I would say about 3 years ago. And it was a video that I came across, and it was a video that was done by WWE legend Billy Jack Haynes, if y'all remember him back in the 80s and shit. He confessed of being a part of the murder of the teens that were found dead, and back in 1987, and this was a response, a confession that I did. It was a 15-minute, 15-minute, 37-second video. It was a response. But a YouTuber, Stephen Tate, 3 years ago, asked me to dig a little deeper on a professional boxer, a former boxer, by the name of Freddie Mills. And I looked him up, and he would be 100, 102, 103 if he was still alive. And if he was still alive today, he'd be 103. He was born in 1919 and was found dead in 1965. So I looked him up, and he was a good boxer, very, very good boxer. He was from the UK. Okay, boxer Freddie Mills. And he was a good boxer back in the day, during the 20s and 30s and 40s. But he was found shot in his right eye. He told somebody that he was going to go take a nap in his car. And when they found him, he was shot in his right eye. But in 2018, that somebody said that his death was orchestrated by the late gangster Myers Lansky. Okay. He was an English boxer. Frederick Percival Mills was an English boxer. He, the world light heavyweight champion from 48 to 50. He was born June 26, 1919 in Parkstone, Poole, United Kingdom. And died July 25th, 1965, in London, United Kingdom. He was married to Chrissy Broderick, who was born in 1948, who also died in 1965, who was a widow at the time. Became a widow. Okay. Freddie Mills was an English boxer and world lightweight heavyweight champion. From 1948 to 1950, Mills was 5'10", 179 centimeters tall, did not have a sophisticated boxing style. He relied on a two-fisted aggression, relentless pressure, and the ability to punch to carry him through, and in more cases than not, these attributes were sufficient. Nicknames were the Bournemouth Bombshell and the Fearless Freddy. Total fights, 101 wins, 77 won by KO, 55 losses, 18 draws, 6. Mills excelled first as a middleweight and most successfully as a light heavyweight boxer, but also fought as heavyweight. He was described as Britain's biggest boxing idol in the post-war period and remains popular media personality after his retirement from the ring. Once he retired from boxing, Mills moved into boxing management and promotion and pursue a career in entertainment, worked in radio, TV, notably a co-presenter of the early BBC TV show 6-5 Special between 1957 to 1958 on the stage, as well as playing a role in a number of films between 1952 and 1965. He opened a Chinese restaurant in Soho before there was a established Chinatown in the area, and ran his own London nightclub until his mysterious death. I do want to thank Stephen Tate, who 3 years ago recommended this A former professional wrestler smashed his interview to pieces and was found dead in the backseat of his car. And now his death, Eddie Mills was found dead in his car parked in Gusset Athletic Yard off an alleyway behind his nightclub. Fairground rifle was found in the car with Mills, who had been shot through his right eye. He told the nightclub staff that he was going to take a nap in his car, something that he often did. His body was found at approximately 11:45 p.m. by doorman Robert Deacon. An ambulance was not called until his wife arrived over an hour later. A week or two previous, he had borrowed a .22 caliber rifle from May Ronaldson, from who he knew from his boxing booth days. He often ran a shooting gallery. Although the rifle was not working order when borrowed, apparently been repaired and found in the car alongside him. For whatever reason, still unknown and with no police attendance, ambulance personnel moved Mills from his car, disturbing a possible crime scene, and transported his body to the Mid-Sex Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Now, what's really, back in the day, the mob got involved in all kinds of stuff. And that's where I'm going with it. That's where I'm going with it. But now, Dino Bravo, who was a professional wrestler at the time before he died, he was hit. There's a story in Dark Side of the Ring. Great show, great program. It exposes the darker side of professional wrestling. They had a story of Dino Bravo, who was known as the Canada's World's Strongest Man. When he was released by the WWE at the time, which was the WWF at the time, he wanted to stay in the business. Because at the time, professional wrestling, you were still making some good money, but not like wrestlers of the day. They're making tens of millions of dollars and shit, like millions and millions of dollars, But Dino Bravo, when he died, was hit by 17 bullets, 7 to the head, 10 to the torso. This government or an ex-government, i.e. professional, the stuff, it happens before Hayes was a thought in the WWE. Holly Wraith, a friend of Bravo, pulled a gun on Hogan, runs for his life to WCW, Stephen Williams, Randy Savage, Benoit, Guerrero, and so on. Godfather movie. You learn that if a mobster wanted to launder money, he could set up a casino, which was here by Stephen Tate. Thank you very much, my friend. But Dino, because the mafia in Canada was a lot, almost similar to here in the States, as well as Japan, Russia, Germany, Poland, France. Because it was almost ruthless as the Sicilian mob clubs and the Yakuza at the time, or even to this day. But Dino Bravo was running illicit cigarettes, kind of like down here back in the day, where back in the day you ran distilled liquor like moonshine and shit like that. But Blackjack Kings was again a wrestler in the mid '80s. His cousin Brady Boone, both were from Portland, Oregon, and Blackjack Kings was a muscle down in Arkansas and shit. But at the time, Bill Clinton was governor of Arkansas at the time. And it was the story that still, to this day, 35 years later, to this day, that two teens, Daryl Ives and another teen, I remember, if I can look it up right now, if I can look it up. We're going to look it up here. Here, let me, he confessed that he was there, because when Donald Trump became president, there was a lot. See here. Let's see here. Let's see here. Okay, I'm sorry. It was Don Henry and Kevin Ives that Blackjack Haynes confessed to being part of that, because he was the muscle guy. He was because back then he was stacked, more stacked than Hogan, dude. But there's a lot of crazy shit in sports, man. Like here, Freddie Mills. You know, he was 40. He was how old was he? 46. He was 46 when he died. Born in 1919 on June 26th. He would have been 102 this year, if he was still alive. But he was found dead. Died in London, England. He was the Orthodox. Um, but in 2018, um, Phoenix Television produced a documentary about the death of Freddie Mills, murder in Soho, who killed Freddie Mills, directed by Simon Dales. It was the first broadcast by the BBC in August 1st of 2018. The film explored the top possibility that Mills was killed on the orders of notorious American mobster Myers Lansky. The claim was made by Robert Huntman, who said his father, Benny Huntman, the boxing manager who helped to arrange Mills' 48 title fight against Lesnovic, was responsible for the murder. Okay? I mean, this here don't make any sense. Okay? Mills was killed on the orders of notorious American mobster Myers Lansky. Okay? The claim was made by Roger Huntman, who said his father, Benny Huntman, a boxing manager who helped to arrange Mills' 48 title fight against Lesnovic, was responsible for the murder. Okay, now, if this murder was arranged by a manager of Freddie Mills in 1948, the title fight, who arranged his 65 murder to make it look like a suicide. Okay. Now, again, I want to thank Stephen Tate for 3 years ago. He wanted me to look deeper in this case here, because in sports, there's a lot of shady shit in sports. Now, like with the Montreal Screwjob, everybody in the back knew it was going to happen. Everybody knew that Vince McMahon, Shawn Michaels, and Triple H was all involved with this. Now, there's a lot of shady shit in sports, period. Like the 1919, like the World Series in 1919, called the Black Sox Scandal, where a total of 7 or 8 Sox players got suspended and then banned for life by Commissioner Judge Landis at the time. A lot of shitty shit, you know. But again, I want to thank you, Stephen Tate, for 3 years ago. You wanted me to look deep in this Freddie Mills case. I've been thinking about this for a while. You know, I've been really, because look at Mike Tyson. You know, look at all the fighters that Don King was a promoter of. He was a promoter, a boxing promoter. And over the years, Don King, this motherfucker, he was taking the fighters for a ride, man. Him and his son were making millions of dollars when some of that money could have gone to Tyson, Sugar Ray Leonard, and Muhammad Ali, because all these fighters would have made tens of millions of dollars on certain fights. Now, if it's the biggest, if it's a big fight for the title, and whoever wins that, I mean, if the new guy becomes champion, beats the champ, that dude will make money, tons and tons of money. But the fighter will only get a small fraction of that money, while the promoter would make it like a bandit. And because Don King's son also made some money too, and Don King took a lot of fighters and their money, because Muhammad Ali would have been a multi-millionaire for life if Don King didn't rip him off. Sugar Ray Leonard would have done the same thing, but Don King ripped him off. Mike Tyson, same thing. Dude was making tons of money. Don King was GQing while Tyson was popper, man. He was a big popper while Don King was GQ, man, And Mike Tyson sued Don King. He sued Don King. Because a lot of fighters would have gotten banked. Would have gotten banked, That's how Don King was. He was a scam artist. He took Tyson for a ride, man, because he knew Tyson was the golden goose that laid $1 billion egg. But I want to get to BoJack Hayes. He again, I want to get back to the confession here. 1987. Let's see here. Okay. 1987 was the apparent murder of Kevin Ives, 17, 16-year-old Don Henry, has spurred ongoing controversy, including conspiracy theories tying their deaths to a drug smuggling scandal. The case was the subject of journalist Mara Levert's award-winning book, The Boys on the Track. And now there was a lawsuit seeking records over 87 teen deaths dismissed. It was dismissed. It was dismissed. A judge dismissed a Benton Woman's 2016 lawsuit that aims to obtain documents from 3 federal agencies that reveal information about her son's 1987's death. The dismissal on Wednesday following Linda Ives' request for documents related to belief that the death were potential related to a drug smuggling ring by Barry Seals, a pilot who was booking cocaine from Colombia to the U.S. The Arkansas Democrat Gazette reported Ives filed a suit seeking to determine how her son, 17, was killed. He and 16-year-old friend Don Henry was found dead on the railroad tracks on August 23rd, 1987. She accused federal, state, and local authorities of refusing to meet record requests she filed. The lawsuit said The documents provided were heavily edited, making them indecipherable. Miller said in 2018 that the DA needed to disclose part of the files to satisfy Ives' request, but Ives, an attorney at the time, David Lewis, didn't find anything related to the boy's death. Now, here's my question on that. Why didn't Billy Jack Haynes come forward? You know, and a long time ago. I mean, he came forward while Trump was in office, was running for office and shit, you know, and but when I was doing that video, I got this thing here. This comment. It was a comment. This was from Bullhammer. This was 2 years ago. You're a great example of public education in America. I'll have to give that call out, Bullhammer, and say, we're back at you, pal. So, but I did look into the, but he also says, storyline: Trump shows up to face Vince McMahon. Vince wins. Vince gets his shit off after Trump becomes president. Billy Haynes confesses the world what they are telling us. QAnon has sparked interest when Trump made a Coca-Cola tweet, then starts the cat on the bottle conspiracy, and one of my favorite wrestlers says he's a nut case. If somebody who had him gear up and say this stuff, Jim Cornette is the man. But now, if somebody would interview Billy Jack Haynes to corroborate what he said, Now I want to look up this channel here. Okay. All right. I'm gonna look up this. Okay. 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 Last time he did a video was about a year ago, I think. Yeah, a year ago. And he did a video a year ago, 27 views. So it's been about a year, and he commented on my video 3 years ago. And no, I never got into that QAnon. Never really got into that QAnon nonsense. Even Anonymous don't believe QAnon. I think that there's a lot of crazy shit in this world. And okay, how far we're about nearly 40 minutes. I mean, I mean, there is so much. I mean, so goddamn much. Conspiracy theories in sports, and it's really fucking weird, man. Really, really, really weird. I haven't really said much about the whole Russia and Ukraine bullshit. I just think that, there's something really fishy. I mean, like, really, really fishy. And I think it's just another. I think this whole entire creating a rush of chaos is kabuki theater. Honestly, I think it is. Now, if Billy Jack Haynes confessed, how come? Look, he's confessing this. How come the mom of one of the deceased teens go to him and ask what happened and what caused this? Could he have done something to scare him enough to where that they'll go into hiding for a while and forget about everything? But they were there at the wrong place at the wrong time. The way it looks. But in some sense here, I mean, back in the 80s, man, Barry Seals did a lot of shit, you know. I mean, he was a airlines pilot, making some good money, you know. But yet, he was a family man that wanted to make more money for his family, you know. He gave his son $10,000 for Christ's sakes. Here, son, here's $10,000. If any guy who loved his family, which I can understand, you know, but don't be arrogant. Don't talk so much. Shut the fuck up. Keep things on the down low. Keep shit quiet. Or you will meet the feds and maybe even some people that will kill your ass because you're testifying, you know. But the whole entire thing with Barry Seals is that when they did the movie about Barry Seals, because Barry Seals was a big stocky guy. Tom Cruise is a short, skinny motherfucker. They could have gotten somebody else to play Barry Seals, okay? Barry Seals wasn't skinny as fuck. Barry Seals was a big, stocky guy, you know? Why did they get an actor that's skinny as fuck, like Tom Cruise, to play Barry Seals? If you want to do a story on somebody that's historically accurate, or somewhat was accurate, make sure the character is played by somebody who has the same body shape, height, and may even dye the hair like Barry Seals' color hair, you know? But no, Hollywood has to fuck it up, bringing in this free bastard Tom Cruise who's skinny as fuck to play Barry Seals. Why do that when you could bring in somebody who's the same height, shape, like Barry Seals, to play him, to play the guy, you know? But Hollywood is all about, the studios are all about fucking money, man. They're all about the money. They don't care about the history of what happens. It's all about the fucking money, you know? I think a good movie would be called The Octopus Store, which they did, because Jeremy Renner did a good job, you know, playing Gary Webb. But having Tom Cruise play Barry Seals is fucking stupid, dude. Fucking stupid. Tom Cruise is a skinny fuck. He is. A fruity skinny fuck. You know, I mean, I liked the movie, but I hated the guy playing the character, because if you want to get things accurate, get somebody to play Barry Sales who's almost the same body shape and height. And, I mean, just enough to get it almost the character accurately. And a movie like that should be done by independent filmmaker. Independent studio should do this movie. Bring in Tom Cruise. Bad fucking idea. Bad idea. Bad fucking idea, man. Bad idea. I mean, it's just that there's a lot of shit, a lot of shit, man. Really insane fucking shit. Alright, folks, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. And, if you're new to this channel, please leave a like, subscribe, comment below, hit the bell for notification, and please share this video with people you love and know. Knowledge is free, knowledge is power. Always live healthy, happy, and wise. I love you guys to death from the bottom of my heart. And if you got this, if you got this transmission, you are the resistance. This is good old Grandmaster Evan. Peace out. Godspeed.